You have to pay very close attention to the words that men use when it comes to you making a decision that you are not comfortable with.
This prenup kind of shows me how hard I have to work here.
It's about us building together.
You know what, Bilal? If I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I cannot do that. Because with this prenup, basically, if I'm a stay-at-home mom and say something happened to us, worst case scenario, and we don't make it, what's going to happen to me? I have to go back home because I stay home, take care of your children, and I didn't build myself. So just holding this prenup, it shows how hard I have to work in the United States so that I could get something for myself.
If we were to split up or divorce, whether it's 1 year, 10 years, or 25 years from now, nothing in the prenup covers me. It says that Bilal remain with what he has, and whatever I accumulate in our marriage, it has to be joint. That's what I read. And I didn't like that because I had something that belongs to me back home.
I left my family behind.
I closed all my yoga studio just to come across here. I can't even work, until I get my green card. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's about us building together. When you are at a crossroads with making a decision and a man understands that you thinking about that decision will potentially not benefit him, he's going to use one of two words. He's going to use the word we, or he's going to use the word us. Bad people that do bad things like to use the term we or us to make you go against your own intuition to get you to be more comfortable. Abusers like to use the term we or us because it's a kind of the same thing as if you were offered a drink. If somebody offers you a drink and you're fearful that they put something in the drink, the other person will decide, I'll go on ahead and I'll take a sip of the drink to make you feel more comfortable drinking out of it. The same logic applies to when men are using the term we and us. If they just use those terms, making it look like it's a team effort, they will try to sell you the dream that they are taking on the same amount of risk that you're taking on, that you are taking on the same amount of workload as they are. That is never the case. A person will never have to convince you that a decision that you are making is not benefiting you. A person would never have to talk you out of that reality. That is very clear. This woman moved from her place in a different country, got rid of her yoga studio, and when she came and she moved to the States, that's when this man sprung the prenup on her. The prenup that essentially wants her to be a stay-at-home mom, and then if something were to happen, it would leave her with nothing. Of course, he strategically did this because if she would have received that prenup back in her home country, she would have never came to the United States. He purposely waited after she got rid of everything to make it harder for her to back out of the decision. And then to try to make her feel comfortable, he says, well, essentially it's about us building. We should be doing this together. And this woman is smart because she posed a really good point. What happens if something happens to me and then you're having me sign a prenup where the assets are going to be split based off of what we built when you want me to do nothing but build a home for you with children and with honoring you? There is no monetary value placed on that is going to have a dollar reward if there was a divorce supposed to happen. It is never a team effort with men. It is never a group effort with men. You are the person in the group for the assignment in school who's doing all the work, and then everyone is going to get an A for the work that you did. That's essentially what this is. You're the one doing all of the hard work, and then when it's all said and done, your husband or your boyfriend is going to be the one that's going to be able to get credit for all of the hard work that you're doing. You're not getting any extra points for being the one that came up with the ideas. The person that decided to stay up late researching for the assignment, completing the assignment. You're not getting any extra credit points for that. When you are questioning something and a man needs to make it a team effort to make you feel more comfortable because he needs to sell to you that you are both at the same risk, do not believe him. A woman and a man is never at the same risk of making any type of decision, especially when it's coming to a prenup. It's very clear that that prenup that he had written out was not going to be for her benefit at all whatsoever. That benefit was literally be a stay-at-home wife, be a stay-at-home mom, and be left with nothing if we end up getting divorced. Whenever men say we or us, they mean I. Always remember that. They're never thinking about your well-being when it comes to these quote-unquote team decisions that you all are making. They are only out for self, and they are only thinking about how it is going to benefit them. Do not fall for the okie doke. Do not fall for the love and the romance trap and being suckered into this thing as if you all are having this as a group effort. The same thing with children. Men do this a lot. When a woman is second guessing, having children, or if she's ready to have children at the time, men like to say, oh, but we're going to be such good parents, and, we're going to have help, and, we're going to do this, and we're going to be the ones taking turns with the, wake ups in the middle of the night. We're going to be the one going back and forth with the feedings. And then you have the baby, and guess who's waking up every single night? Guess who's been obligated to do the breastfeeding? Guess who's been obligated to do all of the dishes and all of the cleaning? Yeah, it's been you, because they only used we to get you to do it. They never meant we after you did what it is that they wanted you to do. They're only going to use the term we to get you to do something that you don't want to do, because they have to make you believe that they're at the same risk as you, that they will have to uphold the same type of responsibilities as you. That's never the case, and that's never going to be the case. Men are never going to have the same responsibility as you once they sucker you into doing something that you don't want to do. If you decide to have children and you don't want to have children, you're going to be the one taking care of those children. If you decide to sign a prenup that doesn't protect you, you're going to be left out hanging to dry when it comes to y'all having a divorce. He's not going to leave you with anything. Do what men are doing and look out for yourself.